And we're live today, Tuesday, with the KYCA PM show live in beautiful downtown Prescott. Good afternoon, Prescott. What a great day. A little hot out there, but not bad. A little rain in Prescott Valley on my way in, so that was kind of cool. And what a great show this morning with Lisa LaChapelle Dandos and Scott Dandos and Josh Carruthers talking about the 100 Men and 100 Women event tomorrow night at Prescott Resort. Going to be a great event. Bring your $100. Starts at 5 o'clock, and we'd love to see you there. And we've got a call in already. How did that happen? Hi, Lori. Hello, Lori. Lori,
Pat.
are you washing the Jeep? It sounds like you're washing your Jeep, or you're cleaning the ducks on the dash. One of the two.
No, I'm cleaning the ducks, right.
There you go. Good. So let's get a roundup of what's going on for Trails for Tatas.
Okay, well, we're getting very close to the event, which is on October 12th this year. Next Monday, we have a fundraiser at Tailgaters all day.
That's in Prescott Valley, right?
Prescott Valley, right?
Okay, good.
Yeah, we're still looking for sponsors and auction item donations. But things are moving along, and it's getting very, very close.
Cool, and I've got the seats reserved for my September Tuesday show for you and the team to come in and talk about more about Trails for Tatas. Can you just kind of give a brief overview about Trails for Tatas for our listeners that may have not heard about it?
Absolutely. Trails for Tatas is a fundraiser that Summit 4x4 Company does every year. We've done it for the last 5 years, and we raise money for the Baskin Breast Care Center. So all of the money that we raise stays right here in Yavapai County, and it helps our community. It doesn't go anyplace else.
Isn't that music to our ears? The money stays in the community.
Exactly, and there are no salaries paid. There's nothing paid out of that. It's all profit, and it all goes to the Breast Care Center.
Outstanding. So can you tell people if they'd like to donate or attend or what they would need to do to contact you to get you some good raffles?
Sure. You can check out our website, which is trails4tatas.com, or you can call me directly. My number is 909-229-7675.
7675, and you like calls between what, 10 p.m. and 2 a.m.? Is that the best time to get a hold of you?
Hey, you can call me. It's not going to ring, but you can call me.
There you go. Lori, thanks for all you and Summit Jeep, Summit 4x4 does for the community in all your aspects, but also thanks for what you're doing for Trails for Tatas and the Breast Center over here at Dignity Health.
Absolutely.
All
Thanks
right.
for your support,
We'll
Pat.
see you in
appreciate
September.
it.
Thank you. All right. All right, live in the studio, we've got the Army and the Air Force live from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. We've got officers that represent both branches here, again, from Embry-Riddle, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. And today's show, we're going to be talking about the ROTC programs, what entices someone to come here to Prescott for ROTC and later and serve their country later on, and just talk about, things in the community, how the different ROTC programs help out in the community. They're always giving back. You got some of the best kids. So we'll start with the Army.
All right. Thanks, Pat. Major Curtis Brothers. I've been in the active Army for 26 years, so a little long in the tooth. But my time here at Embry-Riddle in Prescott Valley, has been amazing. The cadets, the university, the community, we get a lot of help and assistance, as you know, from everybody, and we're always looking for opportunities to give back and provide scholarships, leadership, mentorship to the students and prospective students.
So you just got back from Kentucky, right?
Correct.
So what did you do on summer camp working with the ROTC programs from across the nation?
So my role specifically was a platoon training officer, and I evaluated the junior year Army ROTC cadets from across the country. There's about 5,000 that show up to Fort Knox from the 1st Regiment all the way to the 10th. starts about June, ends about August. And the good thing is our cadets go as well, and they compete for their order of merit. And that allows them to set themselves ahead of their peers and be competitive for the component of choice, active duty, National Guard, or Reserve, and for their branch of choice. So they'll put their preferences in, and then in October, we'll get the national OML, the Order of Merit, to see where they rank against their peers across the country from other programs and other cadets who are also vying for those positions and slots, and see where they rank, and hopefully they get exactly what it is they're looking for.
Wow, that's awesome. That's amazing. 5,000 cadets in Kentucky in the summertime. Ouch. That'd be a warmer.
Yeah, it's low altitude, swampy, humidity. So it's not the most comfortable, but they have the facilities, resources for us to go out in the woods, get all the training done that we need to, and they're evaluated on their leadership and tactics.
Outstanding. Lieutenant Reynolds, before we get to you, we've got another caller, and I promise Larry and Cecilia are going to plug tonight's senior event at the Rollie P. Simmons Adult Center. Larry and Cecilia, welcome.
Well, thank you for having us, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick. We're delighted to be on your show.
Well, you guys look pretty good, except we can't see you. Tell us.
Yeah, I have a face for radio.
Many of us have that face for radio. Tell us what's happening tonight at the Rollie P. Simmons Adult Center.
Okay, well, tonight's the Senior Referral Network, and we do this quarterly. And what we do is we just have sponsors that set up their table, and it's all to educate the seniors in Yavapai County. And Larry will tell you how we got this started.
Yeah, so thank you, Cecilia. You know, we one day sat down and thought about all of the senior service resources, and we realized that the people that are in the senior service industry in Yavapai County, and as we all know, that 50% of our demographic here is at 60 years of age or higher, and so there's a lot of need for the senior services, and we just wanted to make sure that all the different resources were aware of the other resources so that they could feel comfortable in referring to their clientele, the different seniors that might need help. And so we thought about it for a while. We decided, hey, you know what, let's just make it a mixer where everybody can come out. All the people from the industry, the seniors, the caregivers, they can all come out. People taking care of a family member. They can come out. They can let their hair down. It's Taco Tuesday. We got a huge food spread for everybody. It's absolutely free of charge. We've got drink tickets, and it's for a couple hours, once a quarter. It's for the industry to come out, mix, mingle, collaborate, get to know each other better so that they can make good decisions on referring people.
So it's basically an education party. It's an educational party. It's an educational party that we throw once a quarter. And what we do is, it's a party, and we just have a blast doing this. And so, and then the other thing that we do is we honor a hometown hero with the Hometown Halo Award. So it's going above and beyond somebody in our community, and I'll let Larry tell you who we're honoring tonight.
Well, yes, we do this for somebody that's actually gone above and beyond in our community. If you go to our website, you can get a long list of all the people that we've recognized over the time that we've been doing this for the last 2 years. Tonight is Ron Norfleet, who is with our Sheriff's Department, and he is in charge of the fraud division at the Sheriff's Department, and he has had a table at every one of our events promoting his programs for senior fraud and scams and the things that go on with our seniors. And he's just done a wonderful job. He's always here. He's always helping out. And we're really looking forward to honoring him tonight as our Hometown Halo Award, as our hometown hero.
Well, Larry and Cecilia, we truly appreciate you calling in. So 5 p.m. at the Rollie P. Simmons
Yes,
Adult
5 p.m.
Center.
at the Adult Center on Rosser Road.
Perfect. Well, if anybody is available tonight, and I'm sure there is a lot of people that are looking for something to do, stop by and check out the Senior Network. Thanks, Larry and Cecilia. We'll see you in about an hour.
Yeah, well, hey, thank you, Patrick, for having us on, and everybody's welcome.
You got it. We'll see you tonight. Thank you. Okay, one more. We're going to pop one more in before the commercial. Catherine, tell us about the Prescott Valley Job Fair.
The Prescott Valley Job Fair is going to be happening September 17th at the Finley Toyota Center in Prescott Valley. And it is not too late for businesses to sign up, and it is always never too late for employees to attend.
Wow, that's great. So how many, you have about 40-something employers right now, and you've just begun?
Yes, we have 40 employers signed up right now. We're still taking registrations for a few more weeks. So if any businesses are listening right now, go online, sign up. It's not too late.
And the job seekers, it's open to all job seekers, right?
All seekers, all ages, all skills. We have all types of industries that will be there, so everything's covered. No matter what your skills, no matter what you're looking for, we'll have something for you there.
And so your second chance, those people that may have some physical disabilities, room
Yes.
for everybody, right?
Everybody, yes, there's something for everybody.
Okay, so to register, how would they get a hold of you?
They can either call me at 928-776-2008, or they can go online to our website at ycredc.com/events, and then just look for the Prescott Valley Job Fair.
Outstanding. It's going to be at the Finley Toyota Center?
Finley Toyota Center in Prescott Valley, where all the construction is. You can't miss it.
There you go. Well, Catherine, thanks for all you do. You do 7 of these job fairs every year across Yavapai County. We've got one in Cottonwood coming up in October, but you're definitely a rock star, and we appreciate you calling in. We'll see you at the job fair.
All right. Thank you, Pat.
All right. Thank you, Catherine. And we'll be right back after this commercial. And we're back on the KYCA PM show. Pat Kuykendall live here in beautiful downtown Prescott, and it just seems like all the phone calls are rolling in about the same time. So we're going to take another phone call before we get back with our leadership from the ROTC programs from Embry-Riddle. Steve, tell us about the American Legion Golf Tournament coming up.
Yeah, hi, Patrick. Thank you for the opportunity to promote our 7th annual golf tournament, sponsored by the American Legion, Squadron 6 in Prescott. We'll be playing on August 31st at Antelope North Course, and hoping we can get some players and a few more sponsors to help us out.
So tell us a little bit now. This golf tournament raises money for the American Legion?
That's correct. Yes. Actually, the event itself is the largest charitable event that we have for the year, and it raises funds strictly for veterans and their families. And we also donate some to the Meals on Wheels just to help the local families as well.
Wow, that's amazing. And I know you guys raised the money in honor of Dwight Peters. And Dwight Peters was a son of the American Legion and a very, very interesting person here in the community. He moved here, bought numerous business, had a liquor store, and then was really active in the golf. And you guys used to play golf quite often.
Yes, Dwight and I were close partners on our golfing outings, and he actually represented the annual golf course for the first 5 years, and he passed away a little over a year ago. So this will be the second annual Dwight Peters Memorial Golf Tournament.
Wow, that's amazing. And if his wife Tracy Peters is listening, hello Tracy. We miss Dwight, but thanks for all you're doing and what you do in the community. And so, Steve, how would somebody register if they wanted to donate some prizes to this golf tournament?
Well, we have two ways. You can contact John Baker, and phone number there is 480-285-4942. Might be the easiest way for our sponsors or players who would like to play is to stop by the American Legion at Pleasant and Goodwin.
Perfect. 202 South Pleasant. You can stop by the American Legion, register your team, or register as an individual. And or if you'd like to donate or donate some prizes, you can stop right there at the American Legion.
That would be fantastic. We're about 10 players short right now of our goal for what we had last year, which we almost 70 players last year.
Wow. That's great. So, Steve, thanks for calling in. Remember the American Legion Golf Tournament, August 31st at beautiful Antelope Hills Golf Course, $99 a player, and we hope to see you there. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Patrick.
All right, have a good afternoon. Bye. So we're back talking ROTC. Lieutenant Reynolds, welcome to the KYCA PM show.
Yeah, thank you, Pat. I heard this was the fastest way to meet you, so when the offer came up, I jumped on it. Like you said, I am the National Guard liaison at Embry-Riddle for the Army program specifically. I also work at NAU, so being kind of the middleman, I guess, as you'd put it, working with both programs. I'll be here Mondays and Tuesdays, and then up there Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays.
So tell us about what the National Guard liaison does. Is it are you working with the ROTCs that are possibly looking at going in the National Guard?
Yes, sir. So that is correct. We have cadets who are competing based off of their OML points. So like Major Brothers was saying, when they go to camp, they get assessed on their attributes, their characteristics. Are they going to be a good leader? Depending on what the Army sees and assesses them, some of them who want to go active might not be able to. So then they start looking at the National Guard as a possibility that they might not have considered. One of the other things is I moved my family here to Prescott specifically to raise a family. I love it here. Embry-Riddle's very lucky that they have this location than the one in Florida. And a lot of cadets fall in love with this area, and I think that helps us. And it's definitely a selling market that if you want to stay in Arizona and you like this area, then come talk to the National Guard and we'll try and make it work.
Well, and that's the thing, the weekend warriors. I mean, that's, how many of our policemen, our firefighters, our pilots, our airline pilots are serving in the Guard or Reserve or the Air Force Reserve or any of those, and then also, ready to serve their country at a moment's notice.
Absolutely, and you can have this 4-year degree that you get from an established university like Embry-Riddle, and then use that degree right away, and then go and be, a weekend warrior, go with the National Guard, go do your training, and have them pay for it. So there's the Arizona National Guard needs members. Firefighters, police officers. I was a police officer for Prescott for a little while.
Oh, wow.
And then I was an MP enlisted and went through ROTC. So I trust the process. It made me a better leader. So I'm here to help navigate that process with cadets.
That is so awesome. Captain Acosta, United States Air Force, you're outnumbered. Welcome to the KYCA PM show.
Thank you, Pat. Yeah, I'm definitely outnumbered here, but I would say I've just been here 2 months, and I love the area so far. I'm from Southern California, so it's kind of a little bit like home, even though it's 2 states, one state over.
One state over.
Yeah. But I would say, even in the 2 months that I've been here, I'm so surprised by the professionalism, not only of the cadets, but the support that the university gives to our program. So we just got a new facility, which is beautiful, amazing. Loving the new office. So they really support us, and we try to pay that forward by doing events for the community. So we got a lot of people calling in, and we were able to do like a car show I think last month at Watson Lake. We had
Right.
cadets there helping out. And I'm the recruiting officer, so I kind of do a little bit of public affairs and try to collect people or organizations that want to volunteer and use cadets. They can request that through me, and I'll help them get some help, and it helps us with representation in the community. And they love to give back. There's the energy. They got here this week. We call it 0 Week. So we have 85 freshmen on campus, and I'm just amazed at their energy and their willingness to work hard and give back.
Okay, I'm going to go back into your opening statement.
Yeah.
We got a new facility that we're very proud of.
Oh.
Is that a dig towards the Army? Did the Army get the same thing, or is this an Air Force thing?
Ours is in progress.
Okay, so the Army's getting one.
We are getting the same furniture, so the same, pretty much the same process. They also had an event scheduled, which put theirs at the top of the
Okay.
list.
I
to
just
get
wanted,
done
with a new
sooner.
chancellor coming in, Dr. Witchers, being Air Force, if maybe Air Force, okay, as long as Army keeps that superiority, we don't care.
Yeah, he's definitely been supportive already. He kind of just took over.
Sure.
But he's communicating, he's listening, he's approachable. So he's asking for, how can I help you?
Well, that's amazing. And, we want to welcome Captain Acosta and also Dr. Witchards from Embry-Riddle to the community. And we know you're going to be great fixtures in the community, and we look forward to working with you. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to deep dive into the ROTC programs. What does it take to get into ROTC, and what the benefits are. So we'll be right back with a KYCA PM show. And we're back with the KYCA PM show, and we've got the Army and Air Force here from the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, the ROTC programs, and we've been talking about the two different programs, about what attracts, young men and women out of high school to come into ROTC, what the benefits are, and whoever wants to go first, let's talk about what is the mindset of a high school man or woman that says, you know what, I want to go into ROTC, and what do I do, or what am I looking for when I go into a program?
I'll start off. A lot of it has to do with the degree. All right, so there's the quality of the degree they want to get, what type of degree, what they're looking for a career, and then it's money, right? Like, we have it, and we can offer it. The qualifications, be a U.S. citizen, under 31 years of age at graduation, no civil convictions, meet required medical and fitness standards, which, to be honest, aren't that high. They're absolutely achievable, and once you come, we help you get to where you want to be. So it'll be obviously the standard for our assessments, and then exceeding those standards so you can perform at your best.
Wow, that's a great thing. I mean, if you're looking now, does the future cadets, do they have to decide if they're going to go active duty or reserves or National Guard, or they can just come in and start the program and then determine it later?
Yeah, we call it the test drive. So as a freshman, you can come in. You don't have to sign up for anything. We won't give you money yet.
Okay.
Right? But, if you're coming to a school anyways, especially a private school like Embry-Riddle, that's pretty expensive to do on your own. So you get to try it out, see how it feels, and you can even go across the street and try Air Force. So
you're talking the test drive, but they're still registered as students.
Yes.
So they're paying for it themselves. They've got a plan to pay for the test drive.
Correct.
Okay.
So you get admitted to the university, and then you enroll as a student in our 100 first-year classes.
Right.
And if you come from high school with a national 4-year scholarship, you've already committed. You said, I want to join the ROTC program. You'll get 4 years of tuition. So you've basically said, yeah, I want to serve.
Wow. And then you can determine later on. So, Captain Acosta, so on the Air Force side, and then we'll go back over to the Army side, are most of the Air Force cadets wanting to fly? Is that why they're choosing Embry-Riddle, or is there a lot of other choices and career paths?
It's kind of the same thing. So we have, I would say, about half of the cadet wing, they are going for those rated positions, which is pilot, combat systems officer, air battle manager, and a RPA, so remote pilot aircraft pilot, so drone pilot. They are wanting those to be an officer with that career field. And we have a pretty good selection percentage historically above national average. So we're proud of that, and we do everything that we can to support those cadets that do want to go into those flying positions, because it's a very competitive process. It's amazing. I actually do interviews with high school students that want to join the detachment, and early on I'm talking to 16-year-olds that it's fixed in that is their goal early on in life, and it's great to welcome them and get them started on that career path.
That's amazing. Lieutenant Reynolds, now you're recruiting for the National Guard.
Yes, sir.
So is that kind of the same thing? You're going to, maybe they go through the first year, or can they come in their first year and go right in, or if they're even serving in the National Guard right now, can they just pop right in?
So yes to both of those. So we do have some freshmen who come to local recruiters working maybe at a high school. They say, I'm interested in ROTC at this university, And then we tell them, yeah, go enroll. We'll look at some of the scholarships, the Minuteman, the GRFD, look at those potentials and see where they're at. And if we can get their, whether it's going to be a 4-year scholarship, 3-year, 2-year, but having that discussion, what do they need? Because sometimes if they're on a national scholarship, that could sometimes interfere. Where it's a little bit different from the National Guard side is that we look at the experience a little bit differently. So those high schoolers usually want to go active duty. So that's not where we're pulling from most of the time. It's the National Guard members who are already in wanting to commission as an officer, which we have an SMP cadet program, which is simultaneous membership program. So they'll be drilling while also going to school full time.
So Captain, Major Carruthers, so if I want to do combat arms, why would they look at Embry-Riddle if I want to be a tanker, if I want to be support systems? What is and I know you get them all. I've worked with you guys for a lot of years, and many of them are very happy and said, hey, we'd love to branch as a tanker, we'd love to branch intelligence, but we want to go to Embry-Riddle. So what's that drive?
Really, it's personal preference. I will say combat arms is one of the more competitive. So there's different options as far as how you get the branch you want. We call it ADSOs and branch detail. So you could start in one branch, get your combat arms experience, and then go into whatever your other branch of choice happens to be.
Outstanding. We're going to carry on with this conversation just after the break. We're going to go ahead, and you're with the KYCA PM show. If you have a question for our ROTC leadership, please give us a call, 928-541-1016, and we'll be right back. And we're back with the KYCA PM show. This is Pat Kuykendall live with Major Brothers, Lieutenant Reynolds, and Captain Acosta from the Embry-Riddle ROTC programs. The phone lines are open, 928-541-1016. So we're digging down. When we talk money, and Embry-Riddle's not a cheap school, and first of all, I want to put a plug out. Thank you for being in our community, Embry-Riddle, because you are a big economic impact for our community, with not only having the university here, but when the parents come in and visit, they take hotel rooms. When the students are here, they're spending money in our community. So on behalf of Prescott, I'm a Prescottonian born and raised, I personally want to say thank you to Embry-Riddle for being here, because without you, things would be a lot tougher. But what kind of money is available? And you guys were talking scholarships, you guys were talking reimbursements. What kind of money is available for a student to go to Embry-Riddle through the ROTC program?
So for us, it's full tuition, and they can elect for full tuition or room and board, but it wouldn't make sense.
Okay.
The tuition is what's going to be the most costly.
Okay.
If they're going through an aeronautics program for flight. Flight hours can be expensive too.
Right.
So there's ways to work scholarships. The university also has a assurance grant as well that can kind of plus that up a little bit. So there's it really, I don't want to say it doesn't matter what degree you're going for. You come out of Embry-Riddle with a degree, you will earn a commission.
Well, and to the taxpayers, I mean, do you want men and women to go and volunteer for a force and go and get themselves hundreds of $1,000s in debt, and then have to find a way to pay that back? Or we've got these great scholarships that'll pay for it now, then they get out and they're going to go serve our country. So ultimately they're paying it back just through their service to our country and the communities that they're going to live in.
Yeah, that's true. And the Air Force is a little bit different. We really go after that high school market. So we have the HSSP, which the application window opened last month for that. So if you go to afrotc.com and you're a high school applicant, you can do the applicant guide and try to get that scholarship funds. We have two types of scholarships. So type 1, which is full tuition and fees, and then type 2, which is $18,000 per year. So it doesn't cover the full tuition for Embry-Riddle, but we just opened a crosstown agreement with our detachment with Yavapai College. So that would actually cover the full tuition and fees for Yavapai. And we just had talked with our the nursing students today, and got 2 of them to come over to our detachment. We gave them a tour, gave them some PT gear so that they can show up on Monday morning ready to go. And it's a really big push that we're going for to get a more diverse community and really bring in talent from all levels as well.
We owe Major Carruthers and Captain Reynolds a little bit of plus there, because they started with that ROTC conversation about a year ago with Yavapai College, and congratulations. But we went a long time, and so a lot of kids were going to Yavapai College, nursing, business degrees and stuff, and couldn't, we had no ROTC. So this is a great thing that ROTC now is collaborative between Yavapai College and Embry-Riddle. So that's amazing. And I think Army, you guys are real close to getting it.
We have the roadmap.
Good.
So it's something we're both interested in.
Good.
And I think it'll pay dividends for the growth of the community.
But watching the Air Force get it, that's great. I mean, that's big for nurses, because all the branches are, desperate for nurses right now. So we know the financial piece. Again, Embry-Riddle being very expensive, but your education is the best of the best. Now, on the Army side, do a lot of the students come here to fly, or is there not many slots for them to have that opportunity when they go to active duty or in the reserve?
There is a big draw from, aeronautics. Like, that's what Embry-Riddle is historically known for. And they're working with industry. A lot of it's focused on aviation, but I think they've also increased the degree programs and the offerings to build that ecosystem, because it's not just about pilots. But to answer your question, if you commission active duty, there's no guarantee that because you are a pilot and you've done all your flight certifications, you will get aviation. It's the OML that's what's going to get you the branch that you want.
Wow.
Yeah, so case in point, and congratulations to Major Reynolds on the new baby.
That's
and
right. Congratulations, Major Reynolds. I know you're
promotion.
listening. Good job.
So she's Embry-Riddle alumni. She went through a focus, not aviation related, but global securities and intelligence. So she did a Chinese track. She's smart like that, but she commissioned aviation. went to flight school, and she's now a Black Hawk driver.
Wow. And that's amazing. So let's go back to the National Guard and
Absolutely.
and the reserve component. Are you more guaranteed a flight slot if they decide to commission as a reservist before they go to active duty?
So the program that we were talking about before, that simultaneous membership program, when you are a guardsman, you're still drilling. So if you want to be an aviator and you want to fly Blackhawks, let us know. We'll get you into a company that has that availability, and you'll be able to build that rapport with those company commanders who then ultimately make that decision. So now your name gets put up there, and it just increases your chances of getting aviation.
So it's not really an OML.
No, it goes on.
You've got to step in.
Yep.
Wow. And same for the Air Force?
I would say it's even beyond, I would say, the aeronautics program. That's a huge draw because it's beautiful flying out here, and people, it's a well-known program. But also cyber as well. We actually commission Space Force officers. So cyber is a big component of that, and they go out and they do really well in the cyber program, and they win competitions that are nationwide competitions. So we have really strong cadets for that enter the Space Force. And then also global intelligence, that's a huge program because we do opportunities like Project Go, where we actually send cadets to like Estonia this year, Taiwan, where they're learning those languages in that associated with that program, and they're able to take advantage of those opportunities.
That is just so remarkable. We're going to take our last break. We'll be right back with the KYCA PM show. And we're back with the KYCA PM show. Pat Kuykendall here with our friends from the Army and Air Force ROTC program from beautiful Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Guys, I'm just going to let you talk about it. You guys have sheets in front of you that you want to share with the community, and go at it.
All right. I'd like to just start off first. So some of our extracurriculars include the Ranger Challenge. That's like our varsity sport for the fall semester. We do the Baton Memorial March. We did that over at the trailhead there.
The Peavine Trail, right?
Peavine Trail. Mary came to dedicate for Sergeant First Class Zeller.
Mm-hmm.
And our color guard, again, just like Air Force, we're very common. We have similar lineage and volunteer work, working with the community, all that really helps us give back, and they want to be there. And Prescott Valley's, the community has been so supportive. They're amazing, and like that color guard is happy to provide services for traditional we call it drill and ceremony, right? Present the colors. So they've done events out at Finley Center, NHL games, which unfortunately we don't have NHL anymore here in Phoenix, but we're always looking for something. We've been in contact with the chamber. They're awesome. So you'll see us at the Veterans Parade, the Christmas parade as well.
Mm-hmm.
U.S. Vets. A lot of the events that you broadcast, like, we're happy to join in, and I want to thank you for reaching across.
Well, and that's what it's all about, is community helping community. We're so happy that these kids picked Prescott, Arizona. The instructors, the chancellor, everybody picked Prescott, Arizona. They didn't have to come here. Nobody said, you're going to Embry-Riddle and, we'll see you in 4.5 years. Everybody has chosen everybody's hometown to be here. And just like each of you, you've fallen in love with it. So what about the Air Force?
So same community involvement, and we really are proud to get out there and do those ceremonies. We have they win, our color guard team wins national competitions against Air Force competitors. But also we're bringing people to the university. We had the opportunity to hold China Summit, KYCA, where we bring experts in for the Pacific Theater, and they talk about great power competition and expose our cadets early on to get that air-mindedness, that military mindset to prepare for future conflict, or hopefully not future conflict, but prepare for the future no matter what happens. And there's also other events that the university has been such a great resource, and they have support us way more than I thought they would. When you hear other cadre at other detachments, they really sometimes struggle to get support, but they've been amazing. And we're doing, for example, a AFSOC, there's a week where they come out and they train and they try to get into special forces. That's a really tough position. And there's a lot of physical requirements and academic requirements with that. So we're going to host a training event later this spring. So we're proud to do that and bring people to enjoy Arizona just as much as I do.
How would somebody join the Arizona Army National Guard?
Yes, so if you're interested, we need soldiers, whether you want to fly, whether you want to be an infantryman, engineer officer, or you want to go enlisted. And you want to serve your community and not have to move around. My father was a Marine and my mother was in the Army, and one of the things is that we moved around a bunch. And you brought it up, this is everybody's hometown, Prescott, and this is where I chose to raise my family. And we have cadets that come every year and fall in love with this university, this culture, what it's like to be in Prescott, what it's like to be in Arizona. And if they want to stay, the National Guard is a great way for them to stay in Arizona. And for those family members who have young kids that are about to graduate high school and they're looking at these universities and they're looking at that dollar sign and how are we going to afford this, get in contact with any of us three. But if, there's ways that we can help you get a degree. And that is one of the biggest things that we want you to know, is that there's ways that you can financially go out and commission as an officer or join the National Guard if you want to stay and help your community and you don't want to travel all over. You still get to, but when you return back, you get to say where you live. Absolutely. Contact either one of us.
Outstanding. So Major Carruthers, if they want to go into the ROTC program on the Army side, would they reach out to you?
Absolutely. So I'm more of the tactical side of the program, but we have the best cadre. Our Embry-Riddle assistant, Miss Connie, she could be contacted at 928-777-3870. Our websites are on the Embry-Riddle website. You can see our emails, and you're the bridge builder, and I know if anybody has questions, you'll point them in the right direction.
We'll get them headed. Captain Acosta, how would they get a hold of Air Force ROTC?
Same. So I would say the website is the best tool. So if they just Google AFROTC at ERAU Prescott, and click on Det 028. We share same website for the host university, so you can click Army, you can click Air Force, and there's tons of really good information from scholarships to the timeline of the program, and also contact information on every single page.
Well, gentlemen, thanks for coming in today. Can't wait for our spring show where we actually bring the cadets in and talk to them. So promise me you'll bring some good cadets in.
They're the best.
Outstanding. So remember the job fair September 17th, 2024 at the Finley Center, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. Remember the American Legion Golf Tournament August 31st, 8 o'clock, beautiful Antelope Hills. Trails for Tatas. Check out the Trails for Tatas website. And tomorrow night at the Prescott Resort, 100 Men Who Care, Prescott Women Who Care, raising $25,000 for charities. Thank you.